Hey, Scorpio. Welcome to your mid-August to mid-September reading. This is Stardust Tarot. We welcome all here in love. We're going to take a look at a major situation that's going on for you right now and get some advice on that. And then we're also going to take a little snapshot of career and love, and we'll see what else comes through, okay? So we're going to start out with your general reading. We have constipated energy block in your general energy here. The recent past is burden and think. Thank you for your guidance, Spirit. And what's coming up soon? We have treasure. Whoa. Environment. Slow and golden touch. And then we're going to take a look at what is the biggest challenge here. We have fun, take, and unity. Try and move these up a little bit for the camera so you guys can see them. And then solution, we have alone, and the summary. Summary, we have repeat, dreams come true, karma, and wisdom. So at this time, I feel like, Scorpio, it's important to remember that Pluto is going back and forth still from Capricorn to Aquarius, and we're going to be out of Aquarius, I believe, until we're in Capricorn until January. And then we go into Aquarius again for quite a while. And I think there's a short time there where we don't, where we're back in Cap, and then it finally flips over in like November, something like that. And I've been seeing in my own life, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart as well. I've known others, I know others that are going through a lot of things are coming back up from your past, and it's like this oops, I did it again. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, for you, depends on the situation, obviously. There's a lot of karmic cycles being closed out, and so they're being repeated, like pieces are being brought up again. You're going, oh, look at this, I did this 15 years ago or 20 years ago, whatever. It's coming up again, and here I am dealing with this and breaking down the piece of me that belongs to whatever sort of institution is holding us back from true freedom, right? So let's go ahead and take a look here at what we've got. We have constipated energy block. Oh, shoot, sorry. A constipated and energy block here. What is this about? 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so for a few of you, at least this is overindulging in something, possibly the bottle. We're just going to be careful because of what YT likes to do right now. So the bottle, it could be anything else that you might be, dealing with as far as something you hide your emotions in, right? But a lot of people like to hide their emotions in a beer or a joint or who knows what else, right? Food, comfort food. This is constipated energy block, an issue in the system having something to do with overindulgence, okay? The recent past, burden. What is this burden, Spirit? We have the Sun, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you here, this is your marriage or your home life, or the ultimate thing that you thought you were building. For some of you, it might be, you know, a business and or your business partner, your life partner, you know, a foundational, important piece of your life has become a burden. And for others of you, trying to find it is the burden, okay? Let's see what think is about in relation to this. This is recent past. Of course, I somehow flipped the deck all the way upside down. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords, along with the Eight of Cups. Some of you are thinking about, you know, truth has come in here, has come to light in some way. Some of you feel like you were cheated, lied to. You feel like a different way, different tactics may be required. If you're not feeling particularly sad about this, you're thinking about strategy and ways to do something different here, Scorpio. Perhaps you were trying to build a business with someone and you've had to split off and go do your own thing here. So you're working on survival tactics for your business during that situation. Or this could be, it could be literally like your marriage, your home life. You're trying to figure out how to take control of what you need right now, how you're going to make this happen in your way and what you're willing to accept. All right. This all has to do with abundance, how you see abundance, how you accept abundance, and what you choose as your tactics to get there, right? And this has something to do with doing something on your own. I feel like there may be a mom out there, you just found out you're pregnant, and you're trying to figure out how you're going to do this on your own. Let me tell you, being a single mom is not easy. It is, however, the coolest thing in the world. So, you know, if you got questions about how it's possible that that's the coolest thing in the world, just hit me up. I'm not hard to find. All right, we've got Treasure, Sage of Wands, and Two of Swords coming up in your upcoming soon, right? So this is being in an energy of straight up passion, fire, energy, decisiveness, knowing what you want, going straight for it. And with the Two of Swords here, there's potentially a third choice where you're going to find your treasure. Like if you have, say, two options of where you might place your business, right? You're going to branch out on your own. You're not going to be partner anymore. So you're branching out on your own. You're going to open your own law firm, right? Let's say that's the example. You're opening your own law firm and you're looking for two locations that seem reasonable, and you're like, which one do I want? And a third one comes up out of the blue and you say, you know what, that's the right one, and you take it. There's a decisive energy and a higher perspective coming through for you here. If this is something that's in the 3D, like we're actually talking about a business, something like that, you're going to become absolutely, over time, okay, you're going to become absolutely wealthy doing this. As far as other, you know, if this is something that's kind of internal, you're dealing with like your biological clock and how to have a baby on your own, or you're dealing with emotional stuff, you know, something like that. The treasure you may find here in the higher perspective and the decisive energy is wealth beyond measure, whether it's dollars or not. Okay, let's look at your environment here. Just these two. We have slow and touch. Slow, whoops. Slow, 8 the Eight of Swords, and balance. So this is all air sign energy here, right? Balance is Libra's card, and then the swords, of course, are air. So you think about slow moving air, right? There's a measure of self-control when the air moves slow from oneself, right? Like when you're angry and you slow your breathing down, or if you're tired and so you try to rev yourself up, right? You do things that are going to actually bring up your breathing rate, whether you realize that's what you're doing or not, right? And I feel like for a lot of you, this slowness, it has something to do with the way your body is feeling, like a literal physical feeling of like, I'm not feeling physically balanced right now. Obviously, if you're feeling sick, go to the doctor, do what you got to do to take care of yourself. But it's saying in the environment here, I feel like you've put yourself it might be that you're constantly putting yourself in McDonald's, right? Or you are working in an environment that you know makes you sick. Um, I did that for years working in the restaurant industry. I made myself ill by continuing to work around pancakes, and I am gluten intolerant to a severe point that I break out in hives if I have, like, if you rubbed a piece of bread on me, I would break out in hives within a few hours. Sometimes minutes, it just depends on the day. But that kind of thing, right? This is like a self-imposed prison. You're saying, I don't really have a way out of here, out of this situation, or out of this imbalance, or whatever. And what you don't realize here is that once you start, this golden touch card, it is touch. It gives me this. It's giving me this sense, really, right now of like control, right? Like you have the ability to change your environment physically. This is to do with 3D environment that's affecting you in some way that may affect your spiritual world as well. Okay, let's take a little bit of a look at this golden touch. Or touch, it should just say touch, but it's golden. It's got the finger. It's the golden touch card, right? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, some of you need to go out and get a new job, or you need a new home here, and you have plenty of choices that you can pick from. Okay, so if you're needing to move, if you're concerned about that, you got sick house syndrome, God knows what, right? Mold in your basement, or maybe there's mold in the other room in the form of a person, who knows? But whatever this is a physical environment issue, and it needs to be dealt with in order for you to bring in balance into your life and to come back into whole healthiness. Okay. All right, let's take a look here at take. The issue is take, and we have Ace of Wands. Okay, so you're having trouble taking initiative here, or you will be in some area this month taking the initiative or starting the passionate project. Have fun. And we had Queen of Wands come out in reverse. Okay, so a difficulty might be a little bit of recklessness here, or playfulness to the point that you could, like, you might like horseplay around at work or something and like hurt yourself or somebody else. So like, be cautious of yourself at this time. Don't go out and do stupid stuff. The Queen of Wands does not have protection from fire because she is fire, and she is not afraid of that. And when this coming out with the have fun card flipped over concerns me just a little bit. So please be careful of yourself, Scorpio. I don't want something to happen to you here where you lose a limb or something terrible happens, not that I'm saying that's going to happen, just being silly. Ace of Wands here, this passion is fire, and the salamander is protection from fire. And you see the salamander here, he's wrapped around the Ace of Wands. I hope you can see that. Um, and that's in your take. And then have fun. We have the Queen of Wands, who does not have salamanders. Salamanders protect you from the fire in the court, right? Yeah. So be careful with yourself at this time. And also make sure that your intentions are focused, okay? When you have fun, be careful, get a designated driver, you know, all the things, right? It's okay to do stupid stuff so long as you prepare for it. Unity. We have the Four of Pentacles. Somebody here, you're holding on to someone, possibly some things as well. A lot of times when you truly separate from someone, and I have a hard time with this because I like mementos from my relationships, from my friends, from my family, you know, and as time goes by, I'm learning and have learned that the more things that you have of someone, the more special the thing is that you have from someone, the more that that person, even if you've cut them off, done a cord cutting ceremony, whatever, you still got all their text messages, you still got, you know, that necklace they gave you a million years ago, whatever. Like, these things still have meaning. We attribute meaning to them and therefore energy. So be careful of, you know, like hoarding things from people because that makes you feel close to them. Um, Especially people you've cut off. Okay, so anybody, and we all know the Scorpio sword is a big badass sword. Okay, so if you've cut somebody off, but you're still walking around with their band T-shirt on, and you know you still got these things in the closet and those text messages, even though you blocked them, like it's time for cleaning out your closet. Okay, that's what I'm seeing with this, like this unity and home and like almost a hoarding kind of energy I'm getting is like don't hoard this anymore, okay? It's time to let some things go. So let's see, we have taking initiative, potential danger here, and or things going awry, and a hoarding energy, and this is solved by alone, clarified by Six of Wands. Well, the way to get your mojo back here, Scorpio, is to celebrate your victories by yourself. Now, I'm not saying don't tell your friend, you know, your best friend, that you did something great, that you got that A, you went out on your own and did this huge project, you know, ran away from an abusive partner, like whatever, okay? Whatever thing it is. But celebrate this by yourself first. I feel like you don't realize when you execute your plan, Scorpio, hell hath no fury. Like when you put out your plans here and you go, I'm gonna do this, pieces of the world shudder. Okay, you are very, very powerful, and the energy in this reading is ridiculously powerful. Like you can have everything you want. It does not have to be what you initially wanted. And you have victory in yourself. Okay, this isn't about being lonely. This is about standing in your own power and celebrating yourself for yourself. You know, before you're like, hey, call everybody and say, hey, I got that huge promotion. Take yourself out for dinner, B. Get your nails done. All right? Like, celebrate you. Enjoy your victories. I don't care how small it is. I don't care if you're like, man, I'm so proud of myself. I didn't eat that one cupcake when I said I wasn't going to eat the cupcake, right? I don't care how small it is. Celebrate your victories. Life is short and it's hard. Okay? this is how you will find your power. And there's also, I'm really seeing, like, this is highlighted right here, this new job or new situation for you that, like, you've got so many options of where you can go to renew yourself. I feel like if I was a multi-bazillionaire, I would send all of you to the spa right now because I feel like you really need it. Like there's been some serious stress here and you've been just going through it and you're doing your best and you are doing awesome, okay? Just be careful of yourself. Let yourself enjoy your passions and get rid of that stuff in your closet from your ex, okay? Karma, we have Mother of Wands and Five of Cups. So this sadness, possibly somebody may have, you only take this if it resonates with you, okay? But the Mother of Swords with the Five of Cups can be someone cheated on you. And if so, you would know this, all right? This is not like you've been cheated on in the past, you got cheated on again. This is a karmic cycle. It's a lesson you're meant to learn, okay? I'm not I'm not predicting someone is going to cheat on you. This is like the summary for the month. So you'd already know that someone was cheating on you unless you find it out in the next 2 days. And in that case, you had the whisper before the brick, as Oprah likes to say, right? You already kind of knew what was going on. Okay, repeat. For those of you, this isn't cheating. It's just some kind of either an air sign, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius that gave you some real hell in your life. Repeat. Back on the knees again. Okay, don't give up here, Scorpio. This is almost over. All right, the burden that you're feeling right now in this situation up here, that you're potentially overthinking or thinking a lot about, you know, the truth and how to do your tactics and all that we just talked about. The burden feeling of this is almost over. Okay, you're almost home here. Dreams come true. Five of Wands. You might win a competition here, or feel like you've won a competition. Feel like you are able to change you're able to change the fire energy here. 5 is the number of change. Yeah, and then 6 of Swords. So this is moving on, and like knowing you won, right? Like when you break up with somebody and you do like your I'm gonna feel hot thing, you know, and you go out and you see them and they're like sitting in the corner looking all crappy and you're like, oh man, I won, I'm good, you know what I mean? Not that that's necessarily a great example of how that could be high vibe, but you know what I mean, right? Just a normal example of things that humans tend to do. But going from the 5 to 6 here, you got to remember when you're going step by step, you're adding 1 every time, right? You're adding 1 every time. And that 1 that you're adding is always yourself when you're climbing the stairs. That's how I think about it. Wisdom, the Lovers. You're going to be studying here in this Gemini energy. Study to show thyself approved. For some of you, this is the love department. For others of you, this is having wisdom to make good choices and understanding that you actually do have a good connection with your intuition, or like a stronger connection with your intuition here. Can I get one more on this wisdom? One with the Lovers. Oh. No, not 30. That was my hand. There we go. Yeah, this is about choices. This is about wisdom and choices for many of you. And some of you, it's going to be wisdom in your choices of love, but it can be literally about choices in anything that that bring your, bring your vibration up, right? Oops. That's a touch lamp. Still getting used to that. All right. Oh, that's right. I wanted to pull some advice before I did that. So Spirit, any additional advice here in the general situation? Okay, so we have the Acolyte of Pentacles and the Acolyte of Wands. Okay. The Hierophant, the Consort, and the Fool. So there's something here you're intended to go towards slowly and yet decisively, okay? Like, I want this. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to take care of the details along the way. You know, I'm going to have kind of this moderate energy about it, but I know what I want, right? The Acolyte of Pentacles is a really good friend, and the Acolyte of Wands is like the friend who's like, hey, let's go do this thing. Let's go do it right now. Oh, no, wait, I should go home. Okay, all right, let's go back and do this thing. You know, so you've got your decisiveness, and then you've got your passion here, and they're both very youthful, toward the Initiator, also known as the Hierophant. And the beautiful thing about about this card is it's the willingness to put yourself under the tutelage of another. It can be spiritual awakening. It can be a lot of different things. But I'm seeing the wolf here, with the wolf that's coming up on the consort. There's going to be some real change in your masculine energy that's coming up, and it's happening through this life change that you're going through, this experience, or this, you know, sort of decision making, whatever it is for you. Okay, you're going for this, like, kind of plodding along, but toward the, yes, that's the goal. Okay, yes, that's the goal. Okay, yes, that's the goal. For a few of you, this is preparing for marriage, or for some kind of title you want to receive. It could be like a doctorate, or a master's degree or something like that. It could be a religious title. It could be any of these different things. And this, coming into this energy here where you're balancing and using the divine masculine forward energy, is going to launch you into a completely and totally new life. I feel like for a lot of you, this is saying that minimalism, when it comes to holding on to things, like some of you may actually leave most of your items, most of your personal belongings, and go off somewhere to do whatever it is that you're wanting to do. Become a monk, or a teacher, or, you know, a cook. I don't know. It may not even be education. But I feel like there's definitely some kind of education element to this situation, where you're going to be learning more about your divine masculine energy, how to direct it, and that's going to launch you off. I'm hearing making handbags. What? Maybe one of you is going to be making handbags? And for someone else, there's something to do with birds or owls, like night creatures, has something to do with this. Okay, so now let's get into your love snapshot. We start with the Queen of Candles, also known as the Queen of Wands. It's the one down here. It was in reverse, and I told y'all to be careful. Okay, and then we have the Four of Potions and the Fool. So somebody here is wanting to rekindle an old flame. We are still in Virgo. I'm sorry, not Virgo. We're still in Venus retrograde right now. So be careful of energies that might try to come back. And do remember that the whole point of like us coming up with thinking about old flames or thinking about, you know, old ways we got money or whatever, the different energies of Venus. As those come back around again, a lot of times it's to illuminate and teach us, not to actually have us like reach out to that person, right? We have the Four of Candles and the Nine of Potions. Yeah, I'm hearing. Y'all know that song. I'm sitting at a bar on the inside, waiting for my ride on the outside. What is that called? Piece of Shit Nova, I think. Something like that. Anyway, somebody here is thinking about somebody they met at a bar. Maybe in a more tumultuous kind of time of your life. And you may have left them, or they left you, like, just kind of ghosted you. For some of you, this was a Virgo. For others of you, this happened during Virgo season at some point. Okay, we have a Star. Healing, wish fulfillment. Whoa. Okay, so this is dead done, over with the Ten of Needles and the Tower. The Queen of Needles has come back up again, as we saw her down here, Queen of Swords. And I'm seeing this in like a really negative light. Like for some of you, this was an older person, potentially a woman, not necessarily, could be just an older, you know, your older partner, lover, whatever. Could have been a teacher, even. You may have been maybe more, you know, young and passionate regarding this, and this may be the same person, or it could be the same type of energy, right? Because it could be that right now you're learning you're culminating the lesson, right? Then we have the Seven of Candles, the Moon, and the Ace of Candles. Ace of Candles was over here in your challenge in the overall reading as well. The Seven of Candles is also known as the Seven of Wands, tends to be a card of like defense. The Moon, deep emotions, and the Ace of Candles, passion. Again, trying to rekindle that fire here. You have healed from this for the most part, and going back to this energy other than to revisit to learn in your head could be really detrimental with this Tower, okay? So if someone is coming back, or someone's like really up in your energy right now, and they were likely an air sign, or really, really cold or detached in some way, and I'm not calling air signs cold and detached. That's what we can do, what we can be when we're in really low vibration. We are very cold creatures when we're in low vibe. Okay, I know this from personal experience. I am an Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. But I feel like this attempt to come back and kind of like they're pretending, like the great pretender, right? They're pretending, or someone else in that energy could be coming around you. So be really careful of that right now. Um, please be absolutely certain that this is the right person for you, and go super slow if somebody's coming back at this time, especially if they are an air sign and or they ghosted you. So for your advice, we have the Six of Needles, the Page of Needles, the Three of Needles, the Devil, and the Knight of Needles. Okay. Scorpios. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Oh my goodness. Healing wounds by being honest with other people and allowing yourself to experience and see your demons is absolutely critical at this time when it comes to love life. When it comes to the heart space, you're still mourning. You still got the creepy crawly, the big bad over here hanging out. Your advice is to heal yourself through taking off your mask and showing your friends who you really are and the pains that you're really going through. If you're dealing with an addiction or something like that, a real challenge, something you're having a hard time putting down, there's someone in your life that you need to expose that to. At least a couple of people, that probably two or more, that need to see the devil in you so they can help you heal it. Relational wounds can only be healed relationally. We think that we can go sit on a mountain somewhere and we can have all the answers of the universe and we can completely heal ourselves. And I'm going to tell you what, as a 3D human being who has a body, a mind, a soul, a spirit, we are multifaceted and we need other humans to survive. It is virtually impossible to live completely alone and not go completely insane because we are meant to be around each other. We're like sandpaper that helps, bricks rubbing together and smoothing off. You've heard the various, the various ways people say that, right? Polishing stones, whatever. We're all rocks tumbling. However you want to look at it, okay? There's someone here who's coming in quickly toward you that really wants to help you feel better. Probably a good friend. And like I said, you need to speak with them and take off this mask. And if you can't speak to anyone right now, you don't have anybody to talk to, you don't trust anybody like that, talk to Spirit, okay? Talk to Spirit. Ask Spirit to show you how to take your masks off. And also, I'll be starting getting shadow work videos will be coming out. It should be coming out starting next week. So keep an eye out for that as well if you're feeling like you need a little bit of extra help on where you might need healing, and things like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at your career now. Career snapshot here. Okay, so we have the Ace of Needles and the Page of Potions. And then Justice, Seven of Needles, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Needles. Interesting. So with the Ace of Needles and the Page of Potions, we have an emotional truth involved in career here. someone might burst your bubble or have burst your bubble recently. You might have gone out for a drink about it, or you may have felt like the truth made you feel, whatever this truth was, brought out something in you that felt emotionally immature. And you might be feeling a little bit of some type of way about the fact that you realize that it's a little bit emotionally immature, right? Um, with Justice, the Seven of Needles, the High Priestess, and the Eight of Needles. Somebody here put themselves in a situation where they maybe compromised their values, did something sneaky, and now they're stuck. And they're stuck in that, like, that web that you tangle when you lie, that William Shakespeare talks about. Let me get a deck out here. Yes, I do. Okay. Let's take a deeper look here. Guarding career spirit, Ace of Needles. Nine of Wands. This truth was a little bit burdensome, maybe a lot burdensome. Maybe you found out you're about to be laid off, or that you're going to need help on a project and it's making you really uncomfortable. Keeping the wheel on. Yeah, some of you might be, your group might be laying people off, something like that. Or you might just be feeling really like work is drudgery at this time. The Page of Potions, return to childhood. I'm sorry, that's the Page of Potions is clarified by the King of Cups to the Page of Cups, which is the Page of Cups is the same card as the Page of Potions. Okay. And this particular card, the In-Between Tarot, means a return to childhood. So for some of you, whatever you did here, or however you reacted, I feel like this is how you reacted. You felt like it was childish, or it put you in like a memory state, right, of something that's happened before in your much younger life. Spirit, what is Justice here? The 8 to 9 of Cups, moving on to a better situation. Some of you may have left your job, or you might be, like I was talking about earlier, with some of you might be like starting your own firm or going off to do your own thing here, and you felt like that was the right thing to do. It was how you were going to get balance. What is the Seven of Needles, Spirit? Thank you so much for your messages. For the best and highest good for Scorpios watching. Seven of Needles, a rite of passage. Let's see here, the Fool. The Fool to the Magician. Jumping straight into the unknown. Fearlessly. We have the Six of Swords to the Seven of Swords. And the Hierophant to the Lovers. So you jumped off here, or you're jumping off. This is required to happen for you. It's part of, it's one of the points on your life path. This feeling of isolation or being surrounded, and then accepting, like balancing information, giving information to balance the situation. This is a completely and totally new arrangement of your life. It's finding sort of it's like a high level truce. Like a, what would that be called? Like negotiating a peace treaty. It's almost like negotiating a peace treaty here. And there's something to do with triangles for somebody here. I don't know what the triangles are all about, but there's triangles. I'm seeing triangles where there are no triangles here. So that's interesting. Might have something to do with the number 3. Okay. And the High Priestess. We have the Chariot to Strength. 6 of Coins to 7 of Coins. And the 2 of Coins to 3 of Coins. So you got away with something, or somebody else got away with something. Somebody here got away with something. Breathed a sigh of relief, and then went around and started garnering. Yeah, there's somebody been attacking you at work. That's what's going on here. You're being attacked at work in some way, and you're having to bob and weave here in order to like either keep your position or make a situation better here. And then they went around and started gossiping about it. See the Eight of Swords. What part of this was self-imposed? We have the 4 to 5 of Swords and the Queen of Cups to King of Cups. You don't have to be as strong as you think you do, Scorpio. That's what I was talking about earlier. And I know that was the previous part of the reading there was about love, but you know, everything is tied together in some way here. And what I'm seeing here is this: you need to take off the mask. You do not have to be the picture of strength every day. You don't have to be the picture of strength with everyone, right? It is okay to rest, to say, yeah, you know what, this part of my life sucks. I'm having a hard time with this, whatever, you know, I'm indulging in this and it's hard for me to stop, or whatever is going on, okay? Whatever difficulties you're having here, you can stop hiding them from people now. And you need to, because the hiding them and the being like, I'm gonna put away all the nasty parts and just shine over here with part of me, right? It's not whole, it's not real, and it's not sustainable. Advice here. Get the King of Coins to Page of Coins. This is like passing on information. It can be or passing on like teaching about how to make money, things like that. The 8 of Swords again. The 8 to 9 of Swords. This is the calm before the storm here. And the 2 to 3 of Swords. See, what's missing between here is the 6 of Swords. Whenever I see 2 cards in a row that have numbers and are the same suit, I really like to look at their numbers, and I feel like it gives me a really good idea of what's missing, right? Between the Eight of Swords and the Two of Swords, 8 minus 2 is 6. The Six of Swords is moving on and healing. So there's clearly something here that's unhealed that you need to take a look at because it's bringing on a storm in your life. It's bringing on some potentially really upsetting news or a choice that just feels impossible. Show me this King of Flames. Temperance to the Devil. Somebody at work is going to try and get your goat here, Scorpio. They're going to try and get you... They're going to try and get you to say something. To say something back. They're going to try and show who you really are. Try to get you to, quote-unquote, show your true colors. Because, quote-unquote, Scorpio is such a nasty person. Or they're this or they're that or whatever, right? And it is your job here to be the teacher, not the students. You school this person in how to behave. Don't be tempted to be drawn into lower vibrations. Okay? Don't be drawn back into the past by lack, by fear, you know, by... I had lack in my childhood. Okay. That's cool. Don't let that interfere, okay? You are the teacher to this person that's trying to draw you into something negative here. For anyone who's taking a, like kind of reluctantly taking a pay raise here, like a title raise, whatever, this is the calm before the storm, and be aware of that in this situation, okay? Whatever title that you're taking on, whatever responsibility you're taking on, this is the easy part. So if this easy part here is feeling like a lot, like too much, it's time to be decisive about what you're going to cut out in order to either make this work or cutting this out. Okay? Whatever this concession is you're making. Two of Swords clarified by the 7 to 8 of Swords, the Ace to 2 of Swords, and the 2 to 3 of Cups. The choice you have impending in career here, don't let it be based in the negativity that's been going around your office or your workspace here. You must stand with your own truth and make a decision based on what you hear from spirit and what you know to be true, not from any bickering that happens around you. And there are people in your life that you can trust. And those people can help you hear spirit, okay? Sometimes the things that our friends say to us or our family members say, we're actually being guided by spirit through them, right? Okay, any career advice here? Whoops, I realize I just flipped that deck upside down and backwards, but that's fine. So we have the 4 of Wands to the 5 of Wands. Prepare for the energy of chaos here. And the 4 of Cups to the 5 of Cups. Ignoring an opportunity or gift from God while going through this sort of like numbness, right? I feel like this is like like there's a tightrope walker up here, and there's all this chaos going on down here. Nobody notices that she's up here doing all this cool stuff. Nobody notices here in this splitting of paths between two lovers that God has a gift here in the hand, giving the gift, and everybody's mad and everybody's busy, so nobody's seeing what's going on. Okay, so your advice right now is for career, is to stay in a sense of gratitude. Keep looking up from your home base, from your work, from your, your place with four walls, from your car, whatever your Four of Wands is in this situation. It could be the work building, there may very well be other opportunities at your work that you need to look up, and that may be literal, but you need to look up to see them. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and pull a couple of angel oracle cards and close this out. I have no idea how long this reading has been going. If this was helpful for you in any way, please give me a like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments how it resonated for you. And I hope you have an awesome month. Let's take a look here. So we've got clear cognizance, Archangel Uriel. Pay attention to thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. Remember who you are, Archangel Michael. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. Counselor, Archangel Azrael. You are a natural counselor, and many people benefit from your guidance and reassurance. Comfort, Archangel Azrael. I am with you in your time of need, helping your heart to heal. And spread your wings, Archangel Ariel. Do not hold back right now. The timing is perfect, and you are ready to soar. Yes, you are, Scorpio. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we'll see you soon.